That floor heating is working. Floor heating. Tell money. Tell money it's not working. He knows. On. मौनव्याख्या प्रकटितपरब्रह्मतत्त्वं युवानं वरिशिष्टान्ते वसत्ऋषिगणैः आवृतं ब्रह्मनिष्ठैः आचार्येन्द्रं करकलितचिन्मुद्रमानन्दमूर्तिं स्वात्मा रामं मुदितवदनं दक्षिणामूर्तिमीडे वटविटपि समीपे भूमिभागे निषण्णं सकलमुनिजनानां ज्ञानदातारमारात् त्रिभुवनगुरुमीशं दक्षिणामूर्तिदेवं जननमरणदुःखच्छेददक्षं नमामि चित्रं वटतरोर्मूले वृद्धा शिष्या गुरुर्युवा गुरोस्तु मौनं व्याख्यानं शिष्यास्तु छिन्नसंशयः वितये सर्वविद्यानां विषये भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ नमः प्रणवार्थाय शुद्धज्ञानैकमूर्तये निर्मलाय प्रशान्ताय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। विश्वं दर्पणदृश्यमाननगरी तुल्यं निजान्तर्गतं पश्यन्नात्मनि मायया बहिरिवोर्भूतं यथादिद्रया यत्साक्षात्करणात् स्वात्मानमेवाद्वयं तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः। इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये बीजस्यान्तरिवाङ्कुरो जगदिदं प्राङ्निर्विकल्पं पुनः मायाकल्पितदेशकालकलना वैचित्र्यचित्रीकृतं मायावीव विजृम्भयत्यभिमहा योगीव यस्वेच्छया तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः। इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये यस्यैव स्फुरणं सदात्मकमसत्कल्पार्थकं भासते സാക്ഷാത് തത്വമസീതി വേദവചസാ യോ ബോധയത്യാശ്രിതാൻ യത് സാക്ഷാത്കരണാത് ഭവേന്ന പുനരാവൃത്തിർഭവംഭോനിധോ തസ്മൈ ശ്രീഗുരുമൂർത്തയേ നമ ഇദം ശ്രീദക്ഷിണാമൂർത്തയേ നാനാഛിദ്രഗഡോദരസ്ഥിതമഹാ ദീപപ്രഭാഭാസ്വരം ജ്ഞാനം യസ്യ ദുചക്ഷുരാദികരണദ്വാരാ ബഹിസ്പന്ദതേ ജാനാമീതി തമേവ ഭാന്തമനുഭാത്യേതത്സമസ്തം ജഗത് തസ്മൈ ശ്രീഗുരുമൂർത്തയേ നമ ഇദം ശ്രീദക്ഷിണാമൂർത്തയേ ബാണമപീന്ദ്രിയാണ്യപി ചലാം ബുദ്ധിം ച ശൂന്യം വിദുഃ സ്ത്രീബാലാന്ധജടോപമാസ്ത്വഹമിതി ഭ്രാന്താഭൃശം വാദിനഃ മായാശക്തിവിലാസകൽപ്പിതമഹാ വ്യോമോഹസംഹാരിണേ തസ്മൈ ശ്രീഗുരുമൂർത്തയേ നമ ഇദം ശ്രീദക്ഷിണാമൂർത്തയേ രാഹുഗ്രസ്തദിവാകരന്തു സദൃശഃ മായാസമാച്ഛാദനാത് സന്മാത്രകരണോപസംഹരണതോ മായാ സപ്തമിതി പ്രബോധസമയേ യസ്വപ്തജ്ഞായത്തെ തസ്മൈ ശ്രീഗുരുമൂർത്തയേ നമ ഇദം ശ്രീദക്ഷിണാമൂർത്തയേ ബാല്യാദിഷ്വപി ജാഗ്രതാദിഷു തഥാ സർവാസ്വവസ്ഥാസ്വപി വ്യാവൃത്താസ്വനുവർത്തമാനമഹമിത്യന്തഃസ്ഫുരന്തം സദാ സ്വാത്മാനം പ്രകടീകരോതി ഭജതാം യോ മുദ്രയാ ഭദ്രയാ തസ്മൈ ശ്രീഗുരുമൂർത്തയേ നമ ഇദം ശ്രീദക്ഷിണാമൂർത്തയേ വിശ്വം പശ്യതി കാര്യകാരണതയാ സ്വസ്വാമി സംബന്ധതഃ ശിഷ്യാചാര്യതയാ തഥൈവ പിതൃപുത്രാത്താത്മ്യനാ ഭേദതഃ സ്വപ്നേ ജാഗ്രതി വായയേഷ പുരുഷഃ മായാപരിഭ്രാമിതഃ തസ്മൈ ശ്രീഗുരുമൂർത്തയേ നമ ഇദം ശ്രീദക്ഷിണാമൂർത്തയേ ഭൂരംഭാസ്യ നലോ നിലുംഭരമഹർ നാഥോ ഹിമാംശു പുമാൻ ഇത്യാഭാതി സരാചരാത്മകമിദം യസ്യൈവ മൂർത്യഷ്ടകം നാന്യത് കിഞ്ചന വിദ്യത്തെ വിമൃശതാം യസ്മാത് പരസ്മാത് വിഭോ തസ്മൈ ശ്രീഗുരുമൂർത്തയേ നമ ഇദം ദക്ഷിണാമൂർത്തയേ സ്ഫുടീകൃതമിദം യസ്മാദമുഷ്മിൻ സ്തവേ തേനാസ്യ ശ്രവണാദർത്ഥമനനാത് ധ്യാനാച്ച സങ്കീർത്തനാത് സർവാത്മത്വമഹാവിഭൂതിസഹിതം സ്യാദീശ്വരത്വം സ്വതഃ ച ഐശ്വര്യമവ്യാഹതം ഐശ്വര്യമവ്യാഹതം ദക്ഷിണാമൂർത്തയേ നമഃ. So, in these verses beginning from 40th to 47th, Gaudapada Acharya is dealing with the topic of Nididhyasanam, which is a discipline to be practiced after Shravanam and Mananam, and which is meant for the assimilation of teaching. Because the essence of Nididhyasanam is dwelling upon the teaching. For this, one can take up any form that one like. So it's not necessary a particular form. People can think of take a light lamp also, or you can take any form. Dakshinamurti, Hanuman, Ganesha, Krishna, all Devi, etc. So any form is okay. But there is a formal form of Nididhyasanam also, which we call it as Vedantic meditation. So we make use of the Patanjali method of meditation, and therefore it is called Samadhi Abhyasa. This is elaborately dealt with in the 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So where to sit, how to sit, all that. Nati chudam nati nicham shailajina kushottaram tatra ekagram manakritva yata chittendriya graha. Then yogam atma vinigraha, that is also given. So this meditation to be practiced for controlling, disciplining the Atma. Atma Shabda there means Buddhi. Buddhi has got 3 problems. I don't know. I don't know can go by listening. Then what is the problem? Viparita Bhavana. So Shastra's vision, you are infinite. My vision, I am finite. So this is called Viparita, contradiction. The contradiction will go through Mananam. Then again, with Mananam you have concluded that I have no doubt now, but still I feel I lack experience, direct experience. For that only meditation is advised. Here, Gaudapada Acharya does not talk about Nididhyasanam, but he talks about the 4-fold obstacles which the meditator has to carefully avoid. We talked about it in the last class, verses 42, 43, 44 and 45. In these 4 verses, these Samadhi Pratibandhaha are talked about. In the 43rd verse, we saw Gaudapada Acharya dealt with Vikshepaha, the wandering mind. He gave a remedy for this. The remedy is twofold, Vairagyam and Abhyasaha. The Vairagyam is mentioned in the first line of 43 verse, Dukkham Sarvam Anusmritya. So understand that all material pleasures end up in Dukkham. Matra sparshastu kaunteya shitoshna sukha dukkhadaha agamapayino anityaha tam titikshasva bharata. Gita. So, whenever an object attracts you with a promise of happiness, at that time you should remind yourself that any attachment to the external object is a potential sorrow. it will be enjoyable now, but it will give sorrow later. This you have to educate our mind. Sarvam means the entire anatma prapancha. By itself, it does not give sorrow or happiness, but by your attachment to it, gives sorrow. Object is harmless, but our problem is our value for it is the problem. It is a virus, I think. It's not COVID. I checked that. I was worried. So our attachment is the one that gives sorrow. May you remember this constantly. I think in Aparokshanubhuti, Shankaracharya writes, all Vishayananda could be considered like the droppings of a crow. He gives a very worst example. May you remember this constantly. With this, kama bhogaha, objects of desire or object of enjoyment, nivartayet. May you turn the mind. This turning method is called vairagyam. The second one is jnana abhyasaha, is to see that there is no anatma different from atma. What is the example? There is no anatma different from atma. Even to see anatma, we have to have atma, isn't it? To see something, the ghost on the post, Gurudev's famous example. Ghost on the post has to be there. Then only you can see the ghost. So, even the snake to appear, you have to have rope. So, it is a peculiar analysis. We saw in the morning that the Nishkarma Siddhi, they said, so Rishiracharya says that it is a peculiar problem, right? Anatma is leading to Atma. It's a peculiar thing. Finite leading to infinite, which is contradictory. But that is what is happening here. So from Anatma snake, it leads you to Atma rope. So this is a peculiar thing. That is the power of Maya. Akatita Khatana Patiyasi Maya. That which is impossible, it is make it possible. So this is called Jnana Abhyasa. What is that Jnana Abhyasa? It is to see that there is no Anatma different from Atma. Totally reject the Anatma by knowing that there is no Anatma Prapancha different from Atma. That's one way of looking at it. Okay. There is no chain other than gold. Just as the dream world is not different from me, this world is also not different from me. Therefore, I cannot desire for a dream diamond because it has no real existence. So too, there is no real object at all. So, jatam naivatu pashyati. Created universe, sense object does not see. So now science also come to that point, quantum science have come to that point that matter has no existence. Matter and energy have no existence, no real existence. Consciousness alone is real. That is what they said. Now, what is that consciousness? How does it exist? Is it experienceable? Or that is your real nature? All these conclusions, they have not come. It will come slowly. They have to accept our Shastra, which they don't. That is below their dignity. So, ajam sarvam anusmritya. Everything else is Brahman. Seeing this repeatedly, reminding oneself, one should negate the anatma. By this method, the wandering mind is handled. This is called vikshepa parihara, also called vairagya abhyasa. This is mentioned in the Yoga Shastra. Also mentioned in the 6th chapter of Gita. Abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena cha grihyatam. Now 44th verse, let us read. Laye sambhodaye chittam vikshiptam shamayet punaha sakashayam vijaniyat samapraptam na chalayed. Punaha vikshiptam manaha shamayet. After the withdrawal of our mind from the external world, the mind will not keep quiet. It will be like a baby goes out again. What do you do then? Again withdraw. When you repeatedly quieten the mind, it becomes too quiet, means it will go to sleep. Laye, sleep. Sambhodayet, wake up the mind. Laye sambhodayet. I told you the technique. Stop breathing. Now to wake up this tamasic mind, different methods are given. We saw that in our last class. Sakashayam vijaniyat. Sometimes the mind is withdrawn, is all right, but the mind does not get the depth for the Vedantic meditation. That intermediary state where the mind is withdrawn from the world, okay, but it is not deep enough to get absorbed. That state is called Kashaya Avastha. And why does this happen? Because the mind is forcefully quietened without removing the cause of Vikshepa. The cause of Vikshepa is what? Kashaya. Vikshepa means restlessness or wandering is only an effect. The cause of restlessness is Ragadvesha. Therefore, Ragadvesha is the Karanam, Vikshepa is the Karyam. Therefore, if the Vikshepa has to be completely removed, we have to remove the cause, Ragadvesha. If you forcefully try to control Vikshepa, it will go for some time, but it will pop up again due to the original cause, Ragadvesha. This is called a suppressed state of mind. We don't even know word suppression we have used. We don't know the effect of suppression, We still don't know. Psychiatrist will know. They hypnotizes you and take out all the suppressions in it. They attribute to your childhood, mother, father, all that. Like a smoker by force stopped smoking, but the urge to smoke is still there. Similarly, in meditation, if you suppress the mind, the attachment is still there. That attachment is called Kashaya. Param drishtva nivartate. Yesterday I said, that is second chapter. Therefore, in order to be successful in meditation, removing temporarily the Vikshepa will not help, but removing one's own Ragadvesha alone works. Vikshepa karana nivritti vina, Vikshepa matra nivrittihi is suppression. A suppressed mind is an impure mind. Sakashayaha, mind rasavarjam rasopyascha param drishtva nivartate. Do you know the meaning? So if you stop eating rasagula, then for some time you may not have interest. But rasa will be there, isn't it? So whenever there is a chance, nobody is looking at it, you will take it. Swamiji, you are diabetic, you are not supposed to take it. Once in a way it's okay. Mind will tell. That's right. Parandrishtva nivartate. Only when you realize the truth, then only all the Ragadvesha disappears. What is the remedy? Gaudapadacharya does not say, but we have to supply. Remain quiet for some time. The raga will surface. There you practice Vairagya and Abhyasa. Keep quiet, that is all. Witness, be a witness. Let the mind play about, bring about ragadveshas. In the meditation seat, it comes very forcefully. Whatever strong raga or dvesha, actually dvesha is the one that comes very strongly, repeatedly. If you dislike somebody or if you are angry with someone, and that comes, that picture comes very often. But don't get engaged in that, just watch. Then afterwards what happened? The mind keep on dwelling upon it, and after some time it will give up. We have to be patient, that is all. Maybe that day meditation will be upon that. Leave it, it doesn't matter, so leave it. Then next day it will not come. Another method I said yesterday, last class, to offer your ragadvesha to the Lord and remain mentally surrendered to Him. Thus, Laya, Vikshepa, and Kashaya, these three are to be handled. And when these three are handled, Samaprapta, mind become tranquil. When the mind is quietened, let the mind remain in the Vedanta vritti. Samaprapta means remain with the thought of Brahman, not thoughtless state. Thoughtless state is shunyam. Thought, what thought? Aham Brahmasmi thought. Naswadaye sukham tatra nissanga prajnaya bhaved nischayam nischalam nischarachittam eki kuryat prayatnataha. Rasaswataha, that is the fourth one. Enjoying the Ananda. This Ananda is a temporary Ananda, which is the Atmananda reflected in the mind. Reflected Atmananda. It is not the Atmananda itself. It is a reflected Ananda in the quiet mind. That's why in Taittiriya we saw Priya, Moda, Pramoda. This category, gradation of Ananda is there. Wherever there is a gradation, it is time bound. It is reflected during meditation. After the meditation is over, he says, I was peaceful. He uses the past tense. This is called Pratibimba Ananda. If you get addicted to this, it will be likened to any other worldly addiction. So it is meditation addiction, that is all. That is a Radhe. Right? Radha Swami, Radhesham group is there. They believe only in meditation. 2.5 hours every day they meditate. Now ask them what do they do? Meditation. It is this meditation they do. Just focus on some form, chant mantra, quieten the mind. Mind feel peaceful. And then later on they get addicted to that. Because they enjoy that. 2.5 hours they enjoy. So, but then the teaching has to be there. I don't know they have the teaching. I have no idea. If the teaching is there, then it will help them. Otherwise, it will become another addiction. That is all. That's why for meditation, we should not use any outside things like music. Nowadays there are some music also comes. Meditation music. When you put on that music, you meditate. But music is not there, you cannot meditate. So it becomes addiction. Meditation is to remove all addiction, but we get addicted. But that is how they make money. It's a commercial thing. People make money on that. I am the original Ananda. How to experience this Ananda? It is like asking how to see your original face. It is not a matter of objectification. It is a matter of claiming that I am the original face. Similarly, Brahmananda is not a matter of experience. Reflected Ananda is an experience. Therefore, he says, Tatra Sukham na aswadayet. At that time, please do not enjoy the Samadhi Sukham. Yesterday we told example, gave you the Varuni, the Balari Matanam. Varuni is the example for this, Rasaswadanam. Nissangaha bhavet. Get detached to that sukham, which come and go. Pratnaya, with discrimination. Any experience pleasure is not Atmananda. This Atmananda is available all the time. Nischalam, undisturbed mind, one gain. Means undisturbed by other thought than the thought of Atma. Am Brahmasmi thought. Nischarat. When the undisturbed mind again tends to go out, eki kuryat, withdraw the mind. Yato yato nischarati manaschanchalamastiram tatastato niyammetate atmanyeva vasham nayet. 6th chapter. Whenever the mind goes out, bring it back. For that, you should know it is going out, right? That's why alert living is very important. This watching the mind is the most important sadhana for a Vedantic student, you see. Watching the mind, watching your thoughts. And whenever the thought is taking you to a wrong direction, stop it. Divert to another. Like your little children, when they start crying for something, what do, mothers? Distract their attention, isn't it? I give you chocolate, I will give you ice cream. You keep on, no, I don't want that. I want only this. Then you take him for a ride or something, isn't it? Distract. Same way our mind is to be treated like that. He knows it is not easy, therefore he says prayatnataya, with self-effort. Prayatnam. You have to work on it. See, nothing comes in our life easily, okay? Don't think that apne aap ho jayenge sab. No. This is a problem. You keep on listening, one day it will happen. No. You have to make an effort. That is all Purushartha. This moksha is also one of the Purushartha, you see. So self-effort is very important. So especially when it comes to mind will not get settled automatically. You have to make an effort. Okay, continuing 46th verse. Yada na liyate chittam na cha vikshipyate punaha aningana manabhasam nishpannam brahma tattada. Yatha deepo nivatastha ninkate sopama smrtaha. So this exercise of this mind, trying to keep the thought in the field of Vedanta, and these four obstacles struggling to obstruct us, and again our struggling to get over the obstacles, this tug-of-war between my effort and the fourfold obstacles goes on for a long time. And this exercise is called dharana and dhyanam. These are all, we are doing it unconsciously, all the Ashtanga Yoga, we are doing it in the meditation seat. Dharana, dhyana, samadhi. I tried to think of Vedantic thoughts, but the mind tried to think of anything other than Vedanta. The latest movie you saw, that will come. The characters come, the scene comes. That's why they say don't try to see Netflix movies, because it gives you addiction. They are designed for that. You can't give up. Gaudapadacharya in this verse talks about the culmination of this successful effort, which is called samadhi. Here Gaudapadacharya says, at the time of samadhi, the meditator's mind has become Brahman. But this statement may confuse you. What do you mean by mind becoming Brahman? Does it mean that before meditation, mind was not Brahman and slowly it became Brahman? Remember, the mind becoming Brahman is only a figurative expression, because nothing need to become Brahman, because everything was, is, will be Brahman. Therefore, naturally the question comes, what do you mean by mind becoming Brahman? The meditator's mind become Brahman is equal to the meditator mind is absorbed in the fact that everything is Brahman only. And if everything is Brahman, the mind is also Brahman. Mind is also included in everything, right? That's why sarve bhavantu sukhinaha. Everybody is happy, I am also happy, isn't it? I am also included in that. For a wise person, pot became clay means what? Pot doesn't become clay, but the vision has shifted from pot to clay. But the vision has shifted from pot to clay, the cause. It's not that you have to destroy the pot to understand clay. You have to change the vision. Same way, from mind, the attention or the vision shift to Brahman. So then mind become Brahman. Amani bhavaha. Similarly, in samadhi, the meditator's vritti is replaced to sarvam brahmamayam jagat. And this Gaudapadacharya says mind becoming Brahman. Sarvam khalvidam Brahma. These are the statement of Veda, Upanishad statement. All ornaments are nothing but gold. When you see the ornament, what are you seeing? Gold. Yada chittam na liyate. When the mind becomes free from laya, sleep, first obstacle. Nacha vikshipyate punaha. Mind is free from vikshepa, wandering. And when the mind is free from kashaya, obstacle, and when the mind is free from rasaswada, obstacle also. In fact, when the mind is free from all the four obstacles, aninganam, free from fluctuation, means entertaining anatma vritti. And therefore only anabhasam, no object of thought. Without any object of thought, neither the thought nor the object disturb him. He continued to have atmakara vritti. What is negated here is anatma vritti. Tada atma nishpannam. Then the meditator's mind has become Brahman. Tada atma nishpannam. It is like watching a movie. When you are watching the movie, you understand this is only one screen is truth, everything else is projection. Same way here also. Vishwam darpana drishyamana nagari tulyam nijandargatam pashyan atmani mayaya behihi iva. Because of Maya Shakti, even though it is happening in your mind, but it looks as though outside. The Hirivor Bhutam Yatha Nidreya. Example also give, like in the dream. Sakshat Kurute Prabodha Samaye Swatmanam Evaswayam. Tasmai Sri Guru Murtaye Namaitam Sri Dikshidamurtaye. Beautiful verses. Okay. And now, what about the charity? Where is your mind wandering? The wandering is the mind also in Brahman, isn't it? Where does it go? So this is what you should say. This is what you have to make the mind see in the meditation seat. Oh mind, you are wandering. I remember when we had a Mahasamadhi camp in Poconos, Poconos mountain. You are not there. Long time ago. The accommodations were little rough. Eh? No. Mahasamadhi camp we had. And beginning everybody complained, even Swamiji, Guruji complained. But then they liked it. The atmosphere was so beautiful. Every day getting up early morning and all surrounded by the mountains, it's so beautiful. And we didn't have like the modern facilities, but food was good. And accommodation was very little rough. So early morning I used to give meditation class, guided meditation. Everything is quiet and everybody is quietly sitting. Suddenly a bird will make a noise. Too, like that. Now all of their attention gone. So suddenly with Gurudev's grace I got an idea. I gave this thought. Now think about that bird who is making noise. That noise is possible only because the bird is conscious. And you are able to hear because you are conscious. In both of you, there is one thing common, is consciousness. Meditate upon that. Then what happened? People forgot what is the noise. Shift your attention. That is the way. So, where are you wandering? Wandering mind is also in Brahman only. For a wise man, everything is Brahman. Okay, 47th verse. Swastham shantam sanirvanam akathyam sukhamuttamam ajamajena jneyena sarvajñam parichakshate. Now, this verse is an explanation to the previous verse. Mind has become Brahman, ajena neyena. Birthless Brahman known, abhinnam, non-different, at the time of meditation. The meditator's mind is non-different from Brahman. Mind is not experiencing Brahman, but mind is absorbed in the thought that everything, including mind, is Brahman. Swastham abides in its own nature. Swasthaha. Sthaha means remaining. Swa means in your own self. आपका स्वास्थ्य कैसा है बोलते हैं ना. Aswastha means what? You are out of your real state. So, swastham abides in its own nature, shantam, tranquil, sa nirvanam, moksha as its very nature, akathyam, indescribable, uttamam sukham, non-experiential ananda, highest ananda. Experiential ananda is limited, okay. So it is non-experiential ananda, highest ananda. Sarvajñam, nature of consciousness. Iti parichakshata. Parichakshate, declare the traditional teachers. I own up the fact that I was, I am, and I will be Brahman, plus mithya nama rupa. This is called Brahma Nishta. With this, the Nididhyasanam topic is over. Now Gaudapadacharya wants to conclude this chapter by reminding us the original teaching, Advaitam. Karya Karana Vilakshanam. That is the last verse in this chapter. Nakaschit jayate jivaha sambhavosya na vidyate. Etattaduttamam satyam yatra kinchinna jayate. So Gautabacharya says here, Kaschit jivaha na jayate. No jiva is born means no jagat is also born. We should remember here 4 items we discussed. Shrutya jiva srishti nishedha. Then Shrutya jagat srishti nishedha. Then Yuktya jiva srishti nishedha. Yukta jagat srishti, Yuktya jagat srishti nishedha. 4 items. There is no karyam at all. Adya sambhavaha na vidyate. Because there is no karanam for jiva. Brahman is neither karyam nor karanam. That is clear now, right? The moment you say jiva is created, we'll ask question, why did he create? What for he created? What is the cause behind it? All these questions cannot be answered. So therefore, Brahman is neither karyam nor karanam. Then what is it? Edat tat uttamam satyam. There is only one absolute reality, paramarthikam satyam. Yatra, in this satyam, this is revealed in the 7th mantra of Agama Prakarana. Nanta pratnyam na bahish pratnyam no bhayata pratnyam na pratnyana khanam na pratnyam na pratnyam adrishtam avyavaharyam agrahyam alakshanam achintyam avyapateshyam ekatma pratyasaram prapanchopashamam shantam shivam advaitam chaturtham manyante sa atma savitneya. So this is it. So 2 words are very important. One is prapanchopashamam, then advaitam. Prapanchopashamam we saw 2nd chapter. What is that? Mithyatva, establishment of mithyatvam of this prapancha. Then Advaitam, establishment of Karya Karana Vilakshanam Param Brahma. There is only one absolute reality, Paramarthikam Satyam. Yatra, in this Satyam, this is revealed in the 7th mantra. Kinchit na jayate. Padatrayam nasti. What is Padatrayam? Vishwa, Tejasa, Pratnya. Padatrayam na asti. Nothing is ever born from it. You are that Turiyam. Difficult to accept, right? That is a fact. You are that Turiyam. With this, the 48th verse, that Somebody has asked a question to Swamiji, do you believe in rebirth? They said, I don't believe this birth also. So what is the question of rebirth? Everything is Maya. This Anatma, taking it as Anatma is the main point, you see. Our intellect has to accept. Intellect has accepted because of logic, but mind has not accepted. So we have to make the mind accept that by going through life experiences. Nothing is real. No relationship is real. No experience is real. Nothing is real. That's what we have to educate the mind. Re-educate the mind. Now I had to give you a summary of the third chapter. Shall I start? Eh? Yeah, one more class. So you'll wait for that? Okay. Yeah, summary will take. We need a summary because so many days, we forget. This is a very important chapter. That's why Advaita Prakaranam is very important. Now, Alata Shanti. The last chapter is Alata Shanti, where all views are taken and disputed. Different schools of thoughts are taken one by one and refuted. Like Alata Shanti. So Alata Shanti means what? Like he gives an example of an incense stick. You burn it and rotate that incense sticks in a dark room. You will see different forms. But what is it really? It's one stick. Same way, Paramatma is one. Everything else is a modification of that. Okay, we'll see next class then. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.